Welcome to Riding Pine, season number 2, episode number
28.
Who cares? We're outside in the
Yes.
beautiful Canadian wilderness. It is super cold out because it's
Not
Canada. It's
super
not
cold.
There's no snow. Yay!
Need some meat on your bones. That's what you
Yeah,
need.
I know. Well, I've been hearing that my entire life, and I will hear it for the rest
Harper
of
and
my
I are
natural.
so warm.
So
Oh,
sweating.
oh, look at this, and I'm freezing.
All
I had to borrow
all
a
the
jersey.
mosquitoes are attracted to me.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yes, that's the advantage. Stay skinny, keep the mosquitoes away. We are brought to you by Bo's All Natural Brewing Company, family-run, employee-owned, totally independent brewing, interesting, tasty, award-winning, certified organic.
All natural.
That's the one.
All
I
natural?
always beers.
Yes.
So we were drinking their lug tread today, boys. Cheers. Oh, except for you, Darcy.
I'm still off. I'm still doing well.
how many pounds are down?
13
Jesus,
and counting.
that's
Well,
Yeah.
8% of my body weight.
That's. Yeah.
You've lost. You've lost an 8% of me.
I've lost your left leg.
that's like one of my love handles.
I need this.
Uh-oh.
Ah.
All right.
All right, first topic. Let's talk about some playoff hockey. The
Yes.
first round is over.
What a first
Unfortunately,
round that was.
That was.
It was
pretty-
not a good one for
It wasn't.
me.
Yeah. It wasn't.
Really?
As, well, it wasn't
Come on,
as
you see
exciting.
my bracket?
There's only one game 7.
True.
Yeah.
Did you know there was only been 170 Game 7s in playoff history? In NHL playoff history, only 170.
That sounds like a lot, doesn't it?
Really?
That sounds like a lot.
Since
Well, I
the
guess
playoffs
not if
has
you're
been
going
around.
back. Yeah, I guess
I
if
guess
you're going
maybe not.
back to the 20s. Yeah. No, but I
Skitters are
would
out.
have expected at least 2 or 3 to go to 7 last round.
Did you also
Yeah.
know is the first time that both Montreal and Detroit are not in the playoffs?
Ever in playoff
Ever.
history.
Thanks to Tyler Colgrove, I believe is his name.
Yeah.
YouTube commenter. Make sure to follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to that channel, yo.
Yep.
Yeah, he told us about that. I was flabbergasted, flummoxed, floored.
Flummoxed.
That's one I've never
That's a new
heard.
word. I'm going to write that down. How do you
Yeah,
spell
write that down. Hashtag learned.
Flummoxed.
Every day I'll come up with a new word.
So what was
A
it for
made-up
you
word.
that, what series sort of,
Do I have to?
yeah, you have to.
It's the Philly series. Clearly, I had Philly winning in 7.
I did not.
No, no one else did. I was the only one who went down that
You're
road.
an underdog.
And they
You're
almost
thinking
did
you're gonna
it.
Make some money.
If
I-
their goaltenders, if they had taken out, what was it, Neuwirth that they also had, that they didn't play?
Yeah.
Had they played him, maybe that could have done the difference, and it didn't.
No, but that always seems to be Philly's problem in the playoffs.
Well,
So
it's Philly's problem like since Ron Hextall, since Bernie Perron.
yeah.
They can't get a goalie to make a save.
Although Bird and Perron did win a cup with them.
Well, that's what I'm saying, since
Two.
him. Since him.
Bernie
Since
Perron.
him.
Right.
So, like, they've had a problem goaltender-wise, and I failed miserably. It screwed up my entire bracket. There's another one that screwed up my bracket on the other side of things, but on the eastern side of things, Philadelphia, you done screwed me over. I'm gonna keep doing this. I love this. It's so authoritative.
Pittsburgh is like every time you watch them, they just go to another level in the playoffs. It's just
Yeah.
so.
I hate
It's
them.
almost like
I hate
eerie.
them.
You don't even want to You don't want to watch the games because you know they're almost gonna. They're gonna win.
Like last night against the Capitals.
Ugh.
They were
Yeah.
firmly 2-0 up in the third period, and I was going, done.
Yeah.
Game
And then
1 victory.
5 minutes, they score 3 goals. It's over.
Pittsburgh.
Flukiest
Yeah.
goals possible.
Well, yeah, I mean, Gensel with a pretty nice tip on Crosby's shot.
He had no
there.
idea. That's just a fluke. It was a fluke because
Yeah.
he's like, I'll just tip it, whatever. I'll get my stick on it, and it went in.
Yeah.
Crosby, it came across. I'm just gonna shoot it. I don't even care. Goes in. I don't even forget the third one. The third one's just as gross.
So what was the round that really stood out for you? Or
I think it's gonna be Vegas for me.
yeah.
Because Vegas, they're.
Stupid Vegas.
I don't know what.
That's another
Learn
one.
to lose, Vegas.
That's
Must
one
be
I got
something in
wrong.
the water over there, but it's or
all
something
the
in the
money.
beer.
It's all the money that's
The extra
flowing.
oxygen that they pour into the arenas.
It's
then
the
gives-
crippling debt they impose on people. All that, the tears. The tears
Exactly.
from all the debt flows into the water system.
Not only are they in the NHL for the first time this year, in the playoffs for the first time, but like they sweep LA.
And then win last night to start their 7-0 against San Jose.
I want to pitch you guys a hot take. The LA Kings could have swept the Vegas Knights
I mean,
in round
yeah.
1.
They easily could have.
A
Thank you.
different,
Jonathan Quick
Thank
had a
you.
9.
a
Oh my
bounce
God.
here, a-
I said that on
Yeah,
my other
break.
podcast 2 days ago. Matt O'Leary, you better be listening to this. I'm going to keep doing this. I freaking love this. I told him the same thing, that it could have gone either way, and he laughed at me. And I've
Okay.
looked at the stats. I'm about to write an article on our website, rideandpineshow.com.
They were 1-goal games.
They're all
Yeah.
they're all 1-goal games. I think one ended 2-0, maybe. But still,
Well,
when you
Jonathan
look at
Quick, 1.55 goals against and a 947 save percentage.
insane.
Those are Vezina numbers.
Yeah,
The-
there,
like,
there are two
the
games.
greatest Vezina numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
There are 2 games in this series that could have gone either that were firmly dominated by the other team
Yeah.
or by one team. Like Vegas game 2 dominated. They have 56 shots against. They had a 62% Corsi. they deserve to win that game. Game 4, the Kings, 62% Corsi 4 versus 38, 39 shots versus 20. They should have won. They lost 1-0.
Yeah.
Like, it
Well,
could have gone either way.
I'm way past the point where I can say that they're surprising me, but they
Yeah, I
still
know.
are. I mean, there's like,
They continue to surprise.
yeah, I've been wrong so often that if they end up losing, I can't be like, well, I told you so, because they've blown my expectations out of the water. But
So what's
for me, the
yours?
first round series that stood out the most was the Toronto-Boston series.
Take that, Toronto.
What a heartbreaking Game 7 again.
Good old barn burner.
So that's the second time in 5 years that there's been a 4-goal comeback from the Boston Bruins. Now, it was different, obviously, but they still scored
A
4
longer
in the
time.
third. They scored 4 in the third and just broke their hearts again. And
Oh, man.
you know what? I learned a couple of things about Toronto. I think this was Mitch Marner's coming out party. This kid is incredible. He was really, really good. Wasn't very impressed with Austin Matthews. 2 points in 5 games. Not very good. Or
Thomas
in 7
Buchanan
games,
had
sorry.
more points
in
than
7
Austin
games.
Matthews.
Yeah.
Future Montreal Canadian Thomas Buchanan.
Ugh.
And I think, they
God, no.
Anderson outperformed what I expected, so I was impressed with that. I think this is, even though they've lost now 2 years in a row in the first round, I think this is another good learning experience for this core. I think they'll be back, and I think they're going to have a better run next year. But I called it Boston in 7, and that was another one that I did get right. I went 6 for 8. I went 6 for 8
Yeah.
in the first round.
Yeah, I went 7 for 8.
Yeah.
The only one I got wrong was Vegas. They just surprised me.
I think I was the same way.
Yeah.
You
No.
went 7 or 6?
No. So what I got Vegas wrong. I got
Philly.
Philly wrong.
You're in the bottom of this pool.
Yeah, I'm bad. Anyways, I got a lot wrong. So screw you guys.
Oh, well.
Let's move on to something where you guys can impress me.
Yes.
How about that?
That
Our
works.
5-minute major.
5-minute major.
So 5-minute major is a segment we like to do where 2 of us debate a point and 1 of us is the judge who decides who the winner is. So puts final what the argument is. So we've
Yes.
done it before where who's the best goal scorer or natural goal scorer ever to play in the league. It is Alex Ovechkin, even though I disagree, but that's fine. That's fine. It's been decided.
Yeah.
And so today it's going to be Darcy v. Harps, and I get to judge.
And you have no idea what the topic is.
That is correct. So the idea here is that they decide amongst themselves what they're going to debate, and they have to convince me, and they have 5 minutes between the 2 of them to convince me, so 2.5 minutes apiece. And
Okay, so-
gentlemen, have you decided who's going first?
We have not, but would you like to know the topic?
Sure. Let's do it that way first. What's the topic? What are we talking about?
We're talking about a second round matchup here that I think is too close to call unless you're me. We've got Winnipeg versus Nashville.
No, I already have my
Who's-
mind made up.
Who's going through? Well, you can't make up your mind until you hear our
Well,
points.
I already made a bracket with that exact. Anyways, we'll see.
So did I. And so did he.
So-
Okay,
Right,
let's
so
see.
we-
Sway me.
This is-
Sway
it's
me.
tough
I know
because
who's going
I'm-
which way then.
No, because I'm going
Winnipeg.
I'm
You're
going
pro
Winnipeg.
Winnipeg. Whoa.
and I'm Nashville.
That was
So
my
we're kind of-
world flipped upside down.
Yeah. So I can go first if you want.
You
But
can.
It's,
Go ahead.
Okay.
It's all me.
Okay, so you're convincing me that Nashville will win the series.
Yes.
So
Okay.
if
Wait. Timer. We got to time this.
time it up. So
Jeez. Well, hold the phone a second here. You
I'm
can't
just
get
so
more
excited.
time.
so excited.
Oh, it's okay. I'll give him more time.
I'll give
Just give me more
2.5
time.
minutes.
2.5 minutes. Let's go. Let's get this going.
2.3. Ready?
Go ahead.
Set.
Boom.
Go.
This is the most exciting series
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
in the second round.
Convinced.
The hype on this series is unbelievable. So the reason why I believe they're going to win is
They being Nashville.
experience. number
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Well, that's.
They went all the way through last year.
Mm-hmm.
They almost won, and
Wow.
they have the exact same core.
That's
right?
true.
Yeah.
Nobody has changed except for James Neal, right? James Neal, who is tearing it up in
Hardly knew
Vegas,
ye.
right? But they brought in some other players like this Fiala kid, Arvidsson. They're all stepping up. One of my main arguments is my boy PK Subban. PK Subban is having
Never heard of him.
a Norris Trophy year.
That's true.
Right? And for most of the year, he was carrying Alexei Emelin, which is
Par for the course. He was doing the same thing in Montreal.
exactly pretty much carrying.
Someone
yeah.
needs to fix that diesel. That's a terrible sounding car.
Yeah, he's wasting my time here. Anyways.
Sorry.
But Nashville, PK Subban, and his supporting cast of defense corps. So best defense corps in the league, obviously.
Yeah.
I would say so. Yeah.
Roman Josi,
Sure.
Ryan Ellis, and then another Vezina candidate in Pekka Rinne. So you have an all-star team. Nashville down there, they have a jet that they went and bought that they're going to destroy before games.
With an Atlanta Thrashers logo on it as well.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
It is pretty cool.
Winnipeg actually came
Yeah.
back and said,
Yeah, they don't like you, Brian.
Yeah.
Because you're from Atlanta. Whoa, Brian
Nashville.
Trottier, put those things away.
Nashville,
Winnipeg
they
comes
do
out
it
and
right,
says-
though. Like, that'd be a great
do, yeah.
game to go to in the playoffs.
social
Like,
media
Nashville does
came
it
out
right.
to Nashville and they said, can somebody tell the Nashville Predators that we're not the Cessna, because it's like
Yeah.
an old Cessna
Yeah,
plane,
yeah.
like a one propeller.
I think they wanted-
couldn't
yeah.
afford a jet,
Yeah.
obviously not in
Well,
the budget. But I
obviously.
think they're
A
going to
couple
win.
mil there.
They're going to win just because they have the experience. They have these.
Less than a minute to go.
The depth on that team is just unbelievable, and it's going to be a little bit too much for Winnipeg. They've had a good run. It's probably going to go to 7 games, overtime, but I'm going to give it to Nash.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Are you ready, Darcy, for
I'm
your
ready.
2.5 minutes?
Yeah.
But in my pool,
Whoa.
I have Winnipeg winning.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was going to say. Okay.
So I think the reason that Winnipeg's going to win, and this is a really tight series, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. The reason I think Winnipeg's going to go through this year is they are just bigger, faster, tougher. They just look so much like the 2007 Anaheim Ducks that won the Stanley Cup, and handedly so when they made it through the Western Conference.
Well,
And
they did play Ottawa, so.
They pounded Ottawa. Ottawa got lucky to win that game 3.
Oh yeah.
That was just a bad series, all in all. So I just think Winnipeg is just looking that good. And when you have a guy like Patrick Laine, who is Alex Ovechkin light, and he's not the main focal point of your team, you've got guys like Blake Wheeler, who I think is one of the best captains in the league. You've got Mark Scheifele, who is a legitimate superstar.
Quantify that.
Easily, that's a different debate for a different day.
Blake Wheeler?
Yeah,
We'll
he's
get
Blake
into
Wheeler
that
and Martin
You then-
Scheifele
you then
are probably one
have
of the best.
next week.
You then have guys like, Dustin Byfuglien on the back end. He is a absolute freight train when he's playing.
He's
in-
holding
in
up,
the
according to
playoffs.
Elliot Friedman.
He is unbelievable. Yeah, well, he probably is. The guy could really hurt people if he tried. Jacob Trouba had a real coming out party this year. He's incredible. And then you have another Vezina Trophy candidate in Connor Hellebuyck there. But if you look at the regular season, I mean, even that they played 5 times the regular season. Jets are 2-3, so Nashville has got the slight edge there, but barely. Very, very close games. For me, the last point that it boils down to is the coaching. And the reason that I give Paul Maurice the edge is because of this. Paul Maurice was the youngest coach in NHL history at the time when he was first hired by the Carolina Hurricanes in the late 90s. He was then let go for a guy named Peter Laviolette, who has then been let go after for Paul Maurice again 2.0. So even Carolina at the time knew they had made a mistake and they picked a better coach. It's going to come down to coaching. Laviolette's going to want to get the edge. It's not going to happen. Winnipeg is winning the series 4-3, and it might even be a Game 7 overtime. It's going to be that close.
Who else is hyped about this series? I think
I
the
hope
entire
everybody.
NHL world.
The one thing that kind of bothers me with the way that the playoff
Your time is
setup-
off, by the way, so you
That's
can't.
fine.
You can't
no,
try to
there's
convince
nothing
me.
else. The thing that, before you pick the winner, the thing that kind of bothers me with the playoff setup right now is that for the second year in a row, the top 2 teams in the regular season are facing off against each other in the second round.
It's
So,
annoying.
and it was
Fix
Pittsburgh.
Fix your stuff.
Pittsburgh,
NHL.
Washington last year. This would be a dream conference final.
Oh
Yep,
man,
that'd
Like,
be huge.
and realistically,
It should be.
It should be Bud Vegas. Who knows?
it should be best on best, and it should be 1v8.
Yeah.
We need
Yeah.
to start this hashtag 1v8.
Yeah.
There you
So-
go.
All right, Mitch. What do
Okay.
you think?
I adjudicate that Nashville will win the series
Oh.
for obvious reasons.
What's the obvious reason?
They're just a better team and a better coach. Didn't Peter Laviolette win the Stanley Cup with said Carolina Hurricanes?
Yes.
Yeah. So
I didn't think you'd bring it up.
But that was a tough argument.
if you
I know.
saw my face in the camera, it was just cockeyed, going. Did
I know,
you
I
just say
shouldn't have-
like Laviolette was better than Maurice.
No, well, I
Kind of
should
won the
have.
cup.
I should have said that. I didn't know that you'd actually bring that up.
You didn't think I knew that.
I did not.
You thought I was stupid. Well, you were proven wrong. So good for
Yes.
you. Good job, Harps, for winning that.
Hey, which one of my arguments did you like?
Oh, I already had my mind made up.
Okay.
But
So
it
I
was,
was
the
dead in
same
the water.
argument. It was the same argument. Like that defensive core, the goaltending is a wash because of
PK
both.
Subban is not even their best defenseman.
No, I don't
is
think
what
so.
It is, right?
But the
He's
thing-
the Vezina Trophy.
But
winner,
realistically,
probably.
Mitch,
I
will
wouldn't
you
say
be
Norris.
jaw on the floor shocked if Winnipeg beats Nashville?
No,
Right.
no, they're a good team.
It's gonna
Winnipeg
be-
is a good team. I just
Yeah.
think the Nashville is the better team.
I think realistically, I've got Winnipeg going through. Nashville with the experience, that's huge. This could be that learning year
That's
where they
just it.
play the team that goes to the Cup final. Very well could win.
Yeah.
This could be the year. Yeah, I don't disagree. Honestly, I'm so 50-50.
Because you
That's
think
why I
about
thought
it, right?
this was a great topic to
Goaltenders,
talk about.
that's a wash. Defensive core, Nashville takes it there.
Yeah,
But forward core,
Winnipeg.
Winnipeg takes it. Not by a whole lot, but by enough.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Absolutely.
That first line is insane.
Yeah.
They have a rookie on their first line, and they're
Yeah.
still going crazy. Although, like,
30
Nashville
goals.
isn't. That Nashville is not terrible, right? Going forward, like you said, Arvidsson, Johansson,
Yeah.
Fiala.
And like, yeah, they're not like big name
Turris.
players that you don't hear of, but Forsberg.
Oh,
Yeah.
Forsberg's been incredible.
forgot
He's
about
done
Forsberg.
Forsberg's been incredible. Yeah.
So that's why, like, they're going to be good.
Yeah.
They're going to be real good, and I give them the edge. But in terms of offense, I give the edge to the Winnipeg Jets. But defensively, Nashville is much better, and we know one thing about the playoffs is that defense wins playoffs.
You know what's gonna suck if this series is a letdown. If it just turns
It's a-
into like a
blowout,
defensive
blowout,
yeah.
blowout,
blowout,
or just
blowout.
0-0.
Or if it's a
1-0,
full-on, like,
1-0,
sweep,
2-1.
or someone sweeps it. That'd be
Yeah.
awful. That'd be so
so much hype.
anticlimactic.
And
I
don't
think
wanna let that happen.
7. I'm going 7 in this series.
Okay. Good job by you guys.
Thanks.
Let's move on and talk about the second round of these NHL playoffs.
Yes.
Because
we just started.
I know.
First games were last night.
Which
I'm
good
not
by
happy.
the way.
They were not good. Not the one I was watching.
They were incredible. Wow. I
I
mean,
was super excited, and then I got real disappointed.
the Vegas
Real
one
quick.
wasn't fantastic.
I
It was
was not talking about that one. I was well
7
asleep
different goal
before it even
scorers. There was no real storyline. They just
started. Well, they hammered
just
the
ran over
the
it.
Sharks.
Yeah. And Evander Kane now suspended for game 2.
Take
For-
that.
pansy like cross check I've ever seen. He hit him in the shoulder,
Ah!
and then he went he
Harper's
fell on the ground.
Harper's about to get a week off
Yeah.
the Red and Pine show. if you're
He
not careful.
suspended one show.
Yeah.
Who's the commish? Who's the
Ray,
commissioner?
Ray,
Ray.
He's gonna review the play.
Adjudicate
Oh,
that
if Ray's
play.
gonna suspend anybody, it's me. So let's just hold
no,
off
there's
the
a rabbit.
suspensions.
Oh wow! I made everybody look.
It'll be
He's
one
gonna
game
see
for
my
Harper
pen-
and 3 games for you.
My
Yeah.
pen come up like this.
I'll get an instigator.
Oh,
All right, second round here, boys. What do you got?
okay, who was I talking
Did I
about?
show it?
What series are you interested in, or what series
The
are you
Capitals Pittsburgh series. I watched it last night and I was super hyped. Like I said, they got me. Third period started. Alisson Ovechkin, he'd missed a wide open chance, one that
Wide
he never
open
misses in the
cage.
first
watching? Oh
period.
yeah, that was
This mosquito's ridiculous.
This is why we don't do the show outside.
Yeah, that's why we
Bugs
don't do that.
and wildlife.
Yeah. But then in the third period, these fluky Pittsburgh goals. Did you just eat a mosquito?
Somebody's gonna catch on that. I didn't.
Anyways, I thought that this needs to happen first off because the Capitals need to win the Stanley Cup because that's who I said they're going to win it, and they need to do it against the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Yeah.
Because they need to exercise that demon. They've won against Pittsburgh before, but that was in
09?
maybe.
Oh, you're saying like
In a series.
It hasn't happened in the Ovechkin Crosby.
No, it has
era.
not,
No,
no.
I think they're 03.
Yeah.
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 So they need to win this.
I think this is their fourth
Pittsburgh
meeting.
has
But
it's like 9 or 8 of the 9 times they've won against each other.
yeah, and
in the
like
second round.
the Capitals aren't very good in the first game, anyways. They're just not. They're never good in the first game.
They
So
lost the 2 first games against.
They need to win game
Columbus.
2. It's a must win, and they need to win one in Pittsburgh.
they have
Period.
to. They have to.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. You.
I'm actually talking about the same series. I think that it just goes to show that how good Pittsburgh is. How good? Well, we can't talk about the Nashville Winnipeg series, can we?
Because we just did.
Oh, I
To
guess. But there are
nauseam.
4 series.
Ooh,
All right, you
I
know
used
what?
a big word.
Okay, I'll talk about the
nonsense.
Boston Tampa
No,
series.
it's just
then.
busting
No,
your
I'm gonna go
balls.
Tampa Boston. I think Tampa's taking the series. I think that they are gonna have to look to Huberden if Rask isn't very good because he was shaky in that series against Toronto. He did not look very good.
Who?
And Tuukka Rask,
No, the other guy.
Hudobin or
Udobin, you got it.
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, I was so lost. Even when you say Hudobin, whatever, I was like, who the heck is that guy?
Yeah,
Whoa.
he's going to be
Oh man, that's a +1. God,
he's going to be
Jesus, it's
probably
outside.
taking over very quickly. Rask was not very good. So I think that Boston's really going to have to watch what's going on with Rask. He looks shaky, which is not common for him. And I think this is going to be a really big coming out party for Stamkos. If he can get through Boston here, and then he's got to take Pittsburgh or Washington in the next round. It's going to be a tough road, but I do have Tampa winning the cup.
There it is.
So I'm going to stick with them. They look great in the first round, mind you.
It was the New Jersey
It
Devils.
was the Devils, so
It was
this
Taylor Hall.
much bigger competition for them, but I think they're way too strong. I think that week off is actually really going to help them. A lot of the aches and pains there.
Rejuvenate, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Vasilevsky's going to be great, and I think I'm going to go Tampa in 6.
I was also going to talk about that, so we'll just continue that. So I also think that Tampa is going to take this one. mainly on defense alone.
Yeah.
You saw what Boston was able to do against a Toronto team that had a high-powered offense, but pretty much one guy on defense and Jake Gardner, right? So, or Morgan Riley, but still,
It was pretty much Jay Gardner.
it was, and he was not very good. So the Tampa Bay team is good at applying that extra pressure and bringing that extra guy into the play. Victor Hedman, Sergachev,
McDonough.
Schuster, McDonough.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's an insane decor. Like probably rivals Nashville,
I
right?
wouldn't
So,
say so.
but just a different type because Nashville's more high flying, they're more
Nashville's got
puck
an extra
moving.
guy.
But Tampa's going to be able to.
They've got to
shut
be.
them
They've
down
got to be top 3 defensive core in the league, though.
at
Sure,
the very
okay,
least.
fine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't equate them to Nashville quite, but they've got to be 2 or 3.
Yeah, I would say
Boston's
that's
going to have a hard time getting through. They're going to have a hard time scoring goals. It's going to be a low-scoring series, and Tampa's going to.
I don't know. I think Tampa could be blowing them out.
So how do we feel about San Jose Vegas? Low scoring series, right?
Like yesterday, 7-0.
7-0 to the game one.
I don't even know. I had San Jose in 6, or in 7, sorry, but now I don't.
I
know.
had San Jose in 6 over the LA Kings. I don't
So
even
is it
know
a
anymore.
wash then? Are they just a wash? Like,
No.
they're just going to go down in 4 games? Just like,
I
could you
think-
imagine if they sweep the first 2 series?
Oh God,
I don't
Ray
even wanna
will,
think about it.
Like, the tweets we'll get from Ray,
Oh
the
man.
never-ending Vegas to you predominantly, even though I picked them to fail in the first round. We're like,
It's getting dark, boys.
it's gonna go after you. Okay, well then let's get over to our Stanley Stumpers.
Ooh.
How about we do that? Let's stop talking about the second round. So Stanley Stumpers is a thing that we like to do. It's a game. It's really a game.
It's a game.
Where we like to test Darcy over here because he's got encyclopedic knowledge, or so he says.
Hey, test me too.
Well, we test both.
Well, it's Stumpers because we're trying to stump him.
Okay.
Yes.
But yeah, you too. You matter too. Don't worry, buddy. We're trying to stump Darcy because, again, he has encyclopedic knowledge of Stanley Cup winners from 1970 onwards. Or so he says. He's got 3 blemishes on his record from these 2 Dumbos over here. But he is 19-3 and 1 asterisk.
No, I hit the 20 mark. I'm a 20.
Oh, sorry. He's picked it
Yeah,
up a little bit.
you're what, 2 in a row last? 2 in
Yeah.
a row now?
3
So
down.
the idea here is that I generally, but sometimes Harper, will list off a number of clues to reveal or try to reveal a Stanley Cup winner. And what Darcy and or Harper need to do is to tell me what team and year they won the Stanley Cup in.
I'll
boys
give you
ready?
the Conn Smythe winner too.
Yeah, well,
Maybe.
Bonus points.
All right,
Bonus
let's go.
points for a Conn Smythe winner.
All right, let's do it.
They have 6 clues. You can only get 1 guess per round. Are you boys ready?
Ready?
Okay. Clue number 1. Our highest goal scorer had 37 goals in the season.
That's awful. That's so bad.
This is the Stanley Cup champion, by the way. In the regular season, their top goal scorer had 37 goals. You said what's going on, and I was
This has gotta
dancing
be-
around thinking of Marvin Gaye.
Okay, so this has got to be this sort
It's got
of
to be modern era.
ish, yeah.
Because everybody back then scored 50 goals, no problem. Mike Bossy. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem for Mike Bossy scoring 50 goals. What, New York Islanders? Okay, you guys ready to go on to the next one?
Yeah,
Like,
next-
there's nothing there.
Next clue.
Okay. Clue number 2. We finished top of our conference by 17 points.
Oh, 2002 Detroit Red Wings.
How did he do
Nice.
that? How did he?
Nice.
Well, how did you like?
I wasn't even going to try on that one. That's
What?
good.
So the reason that I knew that is because for a very long time after, it was called the President's Trophy curse, and the last team who had won the President's Trophy was that Detroit team. And
Yeah,
then
but I didn't
teams
even
that
say
had
the, I
won-
didn't say the league.
But I
said
knew they won the
conference.
I knew they hammered. They had like 125 points that year.
116 to 99.
116. Okay, so yeah, I remember that year very, very. I remember they just hammered the Western
Good
Conference.
work.
They hammered the whole league, and then that was the curse. Is the President's Trophy curse? No President's Trophy winner had won again
since
in,
last year, right? No, they didn't
No,
win the
not
trophy.
even. No,
They haven't yet.
There may be one.
Conn Smythe?
I got to. Not Conn Smythe.
No, who
that
won the
year?
Conn Smythe? I don't know. I didn't look it up.
Lindstrom?
Nicholas Lidstrom.
Nicholas
I didn't look it up.
Yes, he
I
did.
think so. I saw that was MVP.
He did.
You're
He
right.
won it pretty much.
Yep.
So I also had we won in 5 with 1 shutout. Our road to the playoffs
That was the. Sorry to interrupt, but that was the Paul Maurice version of the Carolina Hurricanes.
Yes, it was.
Ooh.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was. Took them all the way to the finals.
Yep.
And they got destroyed
He
by.
was like 33 years old. He was my age.
Oh, God, what have we done with our lives? We're sitting in front of a camera outside, freezing
it's
our
about
butts off.
par.
It's okay.
Stanley Cup
It's all right.
Finals. The next one was our
got
road
any
to the
mitts?
playoffs had 2 wins, 1 loss. Sorry, we lost twice in the first round, once in the second round. We lost 3 times in the third round, where it's a bloody rivalry. That was going to be my clue, which was supposed to be like
The Avalanche?
Yeah, it was against the Avalanche, and we lost once in the finals. We had all-stars galore on our team, so they had
Yeah.
Brett Hull, Dominic Hasek,
Sergei Fedorov,
Sergei Fedorov,
Steve Yzerman.
Yzerman. They also had Luc Robitaille.
Yeah.
So it was just loaded. Nicholas Strom.
Those are all 99s.
And then Scotty Bowman coached us.
Yeah.
So
Right on.
good job by you getting it in 2.
I almost guessed after 1, but that would have been just
Mean.
That would have been
Can't be
bad.
mean.
I
I'm-
was just guessing. I had them on the mind.
Okay, then next week is going to be even tougher. Sorry, Herbs.
Bring it on.
He's
All
at
right,
21
let's
now.
move on.
Okay. Moving on, our last segment before we end the show and we get out of this hellscape that is the Canadian wilderness and it's not even summer yet. It's like
Late
spring.
race
coyote
is
over
the
here.
best. I will get eaten by mosquitoes all day, every day. I love being outside.
I love being
Really?
outside. I
Being
don't like
inside in the
cold.
winter is
Mosquitoes,
just
aren't they? They're
awful.
fun to itch in the scratch.
They're fun
This
to itch.
This should, like campfire right now at a cottage.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, okay,
Yes,
fire. Yeah, you're
like-
talking about warmth. That's the thing, is I'm
Yeah.
cold.
I don't need that. I just need it for
Look at me.
aesthetics.
There's
Yeah, that's
nothing
true.
here.
You look like a big dude right now. You're good.
There's nothing going on. 150 max with all my clothes off. Anyways, I won't take my clothes off.
Please don't.
Last topic, free agents. So the free agent season is almost upon us.
Yep.
July 1st. I wanted to ask you guys, or you already know, give me 3 free agents and where they're going.
Let me go first.
Okay, God, gee, I know
I have an
exactly where
idea.
this is
I
going.
have an idea. I have an idea. I have a good idea.
Okay.
I'm gonna rebuild. You can just go hang out with a bunny. I'm going to rebuild. Give me some pizza.
Oh yeah, there's pizza.
Montreal's center ice.
Oh,
Who
just
could possibly be available?
Who could be available?
Who could be available?
Who could be
just
available?
get out of town.
I'm just gonna go find it. So, Mr. John Tavares.
Yes.
Oh my
is going
God,
to be
Bullocks,
coming to
Bullocks,
Montreal.
boo,
We're going to pay him
boo,
$10 million,
At
boo,
least.
at least, maybe 10.5.
boo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna boo you out of town.
But he's coming to Montreal.
Is he
and
signing
he's
the
gonna
8-year
be
max?
Our number one.
You can't sign an 8-year with them.
Because
not?
he's UFA? What can he
Oh
sign?
right, he's UFA.
Yeah,
you're
he's
right.
UFA. He can
Nah,
sign 8.
God, jeez,
We'll give him 8 years, $10 million,
Screw this.
Okay.
and then whatever. He can still hear us anyways.
80 million, 10 years, or 8 years.
Carey Price, same thing. Mame shows. And then Tyler Bozak is also available at the end of the year.
Okay, where's he going?
Montreal. He's rebuilding the center.
I'm rebuilding the center ice position.
Okay,
for Montreal.
okay, okay.
Unreal,
Right?
guy.
Yep.
John Tavares to Montreal.
Tyler Bozak, we're going to give him $5 million a year. And Lars Eller is going to come back from Washington after they lose in the second round. And he's going to center our third line for $2.5 million, $3.5 million.
Yeah.
And then Maxime Lapierre is going to come back from the Swiss League. And there, boom, Bob's your uncle. I
Kovalchuk's
fixed it.
coming from the KHL for you
Ah.
guys.
Kovalchuk's going to go to...
Well, I'll
gonna
tell you
guess.
where he's going.
I'm going to guess. I'm going to write it down.
I'll tell you where he's going. Do you want me to go? I'll
Yep.
go.
I wrote it down.
Okay, so I've got 3 that are coming. One of them, let's start with Ilya Kovalchuk. I think he's now out from under the New Jersey. He owes nothing to the Devils anymore.
right.
He can sign as a UFA anywhere he wants.
Yep.
I've got Kovalchuk going to the New York Rangers based on the cap space. New York C.
NYC.
Oh, NYC. Okay.
That's what I said you were going to do.
New York City. Yeah, I think I've got Kovalchuk going there. I think I could see him sign. He's 35 years old. I could see him only signing about a 2-year deal. I want 4.5, anywhere from 4.5 to 5.5. I'll give him 5.5, 11 years. 2 years is 11 mil. That's where Kovalchuk's going. My second one is Mike Green. I think they're going to have to, Washington's not going to be able to bring him back. Detroit's not going to sign him. So I think he's going to go to the Oilers.
Oh.
I could see a 3-year, $18 million, keep him at 6 mil cap hit, 3-year, $18 million in Edmonton. And then I got John Van Riemsdyk, JVR. It was pretty apparent that Toronto's probably going to part ways with a guy making that much on their third. He was even playing 4th line minutes in the last
What's he
game
making?
6, 7.
4.5?
Yeah.
Oh, 4.25.
So I think somewhere in that range, 4.25. So what I think JVR is going to come to Ottawa. We need a left winger. 3 years, $13.5 million. So the reason that I say that and everybody laughs is they did the same thing with Clark MacArthur. They brought MacArthur over when he was
That
sort
was
of having a bit of
resounding
a
success.
It was a resounding success, and I think JVR is in the same sort of position. I think Ottawa's in a position to spend the money if they want to keep Karlsson. They're gonna have to do something. So I'm hoping that they look at JVR. He can bring us another 20 to easy 20, maybe 30 goals.
Look at all of JVR's goals.
Yeah.
They're all dirty goals around the net.
Yeah.
He's always trying to put
He's
the
in
puck
the good
between
spots.
his legs.
Yeah.
He's always trying to get it like within that crease. He's probably one of the best in the league.
I just think
Anders Lee, thank you very much. 40
just-
goal scorer, you're welcome.
I think Lou Lamoriello could do more with that money instead of burying a guy like JVR into the third or fourth line. So I could
Kasperi
see him
Kapanen,
coming.
William Nylander.
Yeah, I could see him coming to Ottawa. So those are my three.
You know who else comes off the books in Toronto? Joffrey Lupul, $5.25 million
Finally.
off the books.
That's big, yeah.
They're clearing a ton of cap space in Toronto. It's insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're also calling for
All right, what do you got, Mitch?
JT.
I've got, first off, for my Islanders, we need a goaltender.
Yes.
True.
So I went and got Carter Hutton
Good.
out of St. Louis. $4 million salary, 3 years max, I think. 2 years would be better, but I think 4 years. Garson's been preaching patience with their prospect Linus Soderstrom, who's coming over from the SHL.
Yeah.
A guy they picked up in the third or fourth round. Or second
the
round,
Finnish
sorry.
fella.
No, he's Swedish.
Yeah.
Swedish.
Swedish. You're thinking of Sebastian Aho, who's also Swedish. But there's also a Sebastian Aho in Carolina, who's Finnish.
Oh.
That's right, there's two Sebastian Ahos in the league. Ours plays defense, Carolina's plays forward. Anyway, so Carter Hutton to the Islanders, $4 million over 3 to maybe 2 years. Next is Evander Kane.
Yeah.
I've got him going to Vegas.
Really?
Big time. They got money to spend. He's exactly what they need to compete in the West.
Replace a guy like James Neal, who's probably not going to be there.
Well, why would you do that? Why would you?
Stronger, better.
He's only 26.
Yeah.
He is quietly only 26 years old.
So wait, that doesn't make him a UFA then? That would make him an RFA. So they would have to offer sheet him.
Correct.
But
Which
San
I think
Jose
they should
can't
do.
let him go with the way that he finished the year, the way he's like.
It depends on what they're going to do with the rest of their team in terms of paying them. He might stay. I just see him leaving.
Joe Thornton's a UFA at the end of this year.
Yeah, he's not. He's done. That's done. It's over.
Yeah, Joe Thornton's finished.
We'll see.
And my last one is John Carlson from the Washington Capitals. I think
True
he
number
stays.
one.
I think he stays.
I think he
I like
stays.
that. I think they're going to re-sign him.
Yeah, they can't let him go. If they do, then there's no defense in Washington anymore.
I still remember John Carlson scoring that goal in overtime against Canada in the World Juniors to win the World Junior gold medal. I remember where I was sitting when he scored that goal and being really upset with him.
Real sour Darcy.
Real sour. It was probably 2000 and I want to say it was probably 2008 or 2009.
That old.
nine-
It wasn't 9. It wasn't 9 because they beat Sweden. So it might have been 10.
Yeah, okay, maybe.
2010.
So those are my 3. That's all I've got.
Right on. Those are good.
Well, fellas,
I think that's the end of our show.
we're gonna go
So
start
we
a
can go-
fire.
Yeah, start
Yes.
a fire and warm the H up.
Ooh.
I said H, just a letter. Jeepers creepers. I said one cuss word. And Brian's out there dancing, and you're out here worried anything that comes out of my mouth. is
We
gonna
haven't
be a cuss
dropped an F-bomb since like September.
That just happened. Like
Oh.
literally 6 minutes ago.
Man.
word. Yeah.
Well,
Sorry about your luck. Anyways, if you want to get all of our other content, follow us on YouTube. We put posts or videos up daily, although average daily. We're usually putting up something daily. Go to the website, rideandpineshow.com. Oh, sorry, on YouTube it's at Ride and Pine Show. You should know that already.
just check us out.
Yeah. And follow us on our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all at Ride and Pine Show. And boys,
Enjoy round 2.
Check out our draft, or the official draft lottery that we just did.
Yes.
It'll be down here somewhere, right? Review, click it, like it, share it. Click on
Love it.
faces over here. Pick one. Let us know how we did. Thanks.
Cheers, boys.